Hey, this is TJ Conley from Team Hypre. Just wanted to walk through our Monza race with the GT Champ Series. Kind of go over some things about setting up for the pass as well as your race start. And also here at the end, I'm also going to say what not to do on the race start. Obviously, keep a cool head. Monza can have an accordion at turn one, and there's no need to go crazy. Always stay focused. So let's get right into it. So here we go, race start, ready to get going. And what I do is I try to leave a little bit of space so that if the person in front of me doesn't get a good start, I don't get choked up behind them. But of course, always brake a little early, give yourself a good line in, and leave the space. You always want to stay tight to the corners. Now I get loose here, but the original second place car went too wide, got themselves in the dirt, and we get away free. So now we'll go to the end car. You'll see I'm leaving just enough space so if I get the better start, I can still get around them. If you're too close behind them, you're going to choke yourself up and then almost have the accordion effect start too early, and you'll basically become a victim of somebody who left the gap behind you. So it's really critical to kind of give yourself that ability to get a jump and not choke yourself up. So now we're going to progress into something that is a little bit painful here, which is getting a penalty. So I cut this corner because I really wanted to stay tight to Ken. I wanted to stay in his draft. I knew he was faster, but it gave me a shortcut penalty. Now I'm not going to take it right away. It's still early on in the race. This is after the restart. And if I were to take it in any of these sections, I'm going to become kind of a cone, something to impede. So what you do is you just kind of upshift, coast, but stay way right, nowhere near the race line. Let them all come through. I'm checking my mirrors, pacing myself, trying to find a slot. So I'm going to be able to slot in right after this Audi. And because of the big accident that happened earlier, it wasn't a big deal. So always critical to kind of be mindful. Don't end your race too early. Now in this is about setting yourself up for a pass. So these guys are battling. They're going to choke up. So I'm not going to go for a dive in here, but I'm going to go a wide line. And that wide line gave me a good exit. Unfortunately, I didn't time it just right, so I didn't get the run that I wanted on the Audi. But what I did know was that something was going to happen in this next turn because these guys were battling. So I'm setting it up. I'm getting choked there, they're defending, so I'm going to get out early. And what I'm going to do is make sure I hit this apex so I can get on the gas early. And what I can do then is have more momentum, carry that momentum, and accelerate faster. It basically gave me that opportunity to set myself up for that pass in that corner versus forcing it. So we're not going to watch it from the end car. It gets pretty aggressive. So you'll see I back out. You'll see me change from the normal racing line. I stay even further right and then kind of cut back. But unfortunately, when he got wide, I also got on the gas a little too, and then I got off the gas. So if I stayed in it, I probably would have been able to get underneath this Audi earlier, but because I slipped on the tires a little bit and also let off the gas, I didn't carry the momentum. But I kind of knew I needed to get a really good exit. So again, slow in, because these guys are battling, and then you can get on the gas with a better line and exit. So you're actually setting up for the pass 2 turns earlier. That's really the messaging here, is that you can set everything up earlier, and you can be patient and just be a little bit smarter. Okay, so now we're actually on, I think this is the same lap, but now these guys are battling, so it's a similar situation. I'm setting up for the turn 1 pass by backing out and getting a better exit. And they touch, which helps too, of course, but now I'm going to carry a lot more momentum and a lot more draft. And I go a little bit ballistic here. I thought about the left side, looked at it, and then cut underneath. Now we're going to go 3 wide. Now this is where you got to know you're around good drivers. I actually braked early, but I still had the line, so I was able to go underneath the Mustang, and I was able to hold the position. And we went 2 wide through there, didn't touch. I get a good exit, he gets a good exit, so we're still battling. I maintain position, but their battling allows me to think if I just maintain a good line and I optimize my exit speed, then I should be able to carry that draft down this straight and have a good approach for turn 1. and then kind of watch it unwind, right? I got more momentum out because the Mustang was choked up. Ferrari had to have a wider line, so he couldn't get the momentum that he would normally want. And now it's all about having that momentum in the draft. I could have gone left, but obviously it's a little bit safer to be on the inside of this line for this turn. I backed out and then stayed in it. So it was a half-second decision to kind of go for it when the Mustang broke a little bit early. But again, it all set up for the prior turn. It didn't just happen. It was a turn earlier. Now we go into another situation where I'm trying to set up for basically the cutback. You see me take that wider line again, and I do get a better exit. Not quite enough, but I do get a better exit, and it does set me up to kind of engage like I'm going to pass. So this is actually causing another driver to think, check mirrors, and you'll get position just by threatening, but don't dive in, don't force it. So me looking like I was going to force it made them light brake, and it gives me an easy pass in the end. You got to be cognizant that this could happen. You got to anticipate that this could happen. You don't want it to happen. You want everybody to race clean. You want everybody to have a good race. But if you do force something, you take both out. If you back out, which I did back out, got back to the line, they outbroke themselves, checked up, got through safe. Now here's lap traffic. So this was an unfortunate situation. I thought the lap car was going to back out. He didn't, so I come over a little bit right, still some space, but when he hit the curb, it kicked him left. Now this video is about rejoin. This is how you rejoin. I could have gone way off into the grass. I could have kept going through the sand, but I never went back onto that pavement at apex. I stayed completely on the inside of that of the apex. Okay, stayed completely inside of the curbing. It's not a pat on my back. I just want to let you know you don't need to panic. Just think it through. So I get clipped, almost lose it, but now I'm gonna stay off track. Staying off track. Apex is to the left. Now so I take that wide turn, wide re-entry. I stayed away from the apex for these guys. Alright, so this one's actually a little naughty, a little bit of a dive bomb, but here's the reason why I did it. I want to pay attention to this gentleman's braking point. You'll notice it's before the 150. So I normally brake at or after the 150. So for a lap or two, I was behind the Lambo and noticed he was braking earlier than 150. Since I knew that, then I could do a late brake, and I could know that I could stop in time. Not quite park it, but stop in time. So this one right here is a call out from Marcel. It's actually a kudos to Marcel. And sorry for the camera edit, but you notice he got off track going off wide. But look what Marcel does. He brakes, he brakes, he brakes, he brakes. His momentum was going to carry him wide, but he really tried all he could do to stay off the apex as best he could and stay to the right. So kudos to you, Marcel. This one's coming out of pits, and this is again kind of setting yourself up. So he goes a little deep, so now I cut way right, cut back left for better exit speeds. And I do. This time, like the other two times, I did get better momentum. Now they're a little bit of moving, trying to force it. Then he stays his line, and I still have the momentum. Now I've got cold tires. He just pitted one lap earlier. His tires are a little bit better, but they're still cold. But now I have position. I'm door to door, and we go through, and we make it nice and easy through there. So that was the thing. I was already at his door. My front bumper wasn't at the rear tires. My car was at the door. So we're gonna watch again. You're gonna see my car go a little bit right here. Snap right, snap back left, and get a much better exit despite the colder tires. It's all about setting yourself up at Monza. It really is. If you can get yourself the momentum, then you're gonna get yourself the draft, and then you can get yourself a little bit of that position. So now I'm gonna be right about the tires. Now I'm at the door. Now we're about dead even, leaving ourselves plenty of room. We're going to make this apex, cut the corner as hard as I could to make sure that we could make it too wide through there, and we're living to race another day. Now, but this is where my line disrupts the back driver. So you can see I'm doing the same thing again. I'm trying to set myself for a good exit, but they didn't know I was going to do that. And I think that was a little bit of netcode, because that BMW shouldn't spin like that for the slightest of bump. We're going to watch it from his view. So I know I'm going to get past. I'm not even going to fight it. because I was going to set for the cutback. And actually, I wanted to be in their draft for a little bit. I go for the hard cutback, very hard, not expecting it, and then iRacing does iRacing things. So, you know, you kind of also got to leave yourself that room to attack. And then here's again kind of just good battling. A little bit weird that we kind of navigated off the line there, but it breaks deep, breaks real deep. So again, I'm going to try and set up for that cutback. And I get pinched, so I couldn't do it. So it was really good defensive driving. It was actually a pass. I was going for the pass, and it was really, really good defensive driving. So that's the credit here. And then we're going to try to go back for the same approach. We're going to try to do that underneath cut move, which is one of those things that I loved. I did it earlier in the clip, right? So I'm going to get a really good apex here, come back down, and I get to be able to get the power down. We both slid out, but I still was able to put the power down more. Gets me underneath him for the turn. And then this is where, unfortunately, his race changed because Steck here was super fast in the BMW. In fact, that's the same BMW that clipped me and spun. He caught us in our battles. So we're going to watch it from the in-car and then probably watch it from a rear view mirror. So again, good battle from us. Kind of coming down, reminding our brake zones. That was that tap right there. But great defensive driving. I thought for sure I was going to have this pass. We're both leaving the room. He got a good exit and was able to just squeeze right in front of me. It was really, really good defensive driving. And really good battle. We had a lot of fun. I think it was Nicholas. So, again, he's making his one move to defend. We're going to come in here and I'm just going to set up for a better exit. Goes a little deep, but I get to get that better exit, power down. And I'm able to get that position for here. Key place to pass is going to be here. And then we're going to do one more view of this because we're going to look at from my rear view and see what happens with Steck. You know, Steck still has his race to run. If he's faster, he's faster. So you don't, you know, this is a podium battle here. So it's a little interesting. So really good. You're going to see him just slip in. Good angle. Left a little bit too much room. Probably was too nice. But we're going to watch it from his view and my view. So he's kind of hugging that middle line. This is fair. Completely fair. Now I could go in and try to dive bomb. Oh, covers that inside line, but we're not going to bomb. No bombing. We're not at war. Alright, but you can see the difference of the lines in the exit. Now I did there's that snap over. So now here's Steck, because we're battling, he gets to just cruise on up. So he gets to take the position. Now he's got inside position for the next turn. And then, you know, now he's through. So now there's separation for me being in third place now. And eventually I get to go on to get that third place. So now we're going to go to this do not do. So this is the race start for our Porsche. First thing, he choked himself up. So he had nowhere to go if he exited early. But here's where it gets crazy. Kind of comes down the line. But here's what he did. Not only was there movement, he gets off the gas. I'm going to slow-mo it. So he's creeping. He's too close, too close. That's fine. But he's still inching closer. Now he's too close. Right here, he's too close. So he gets the delay and he gets the lag. And he starts moving over a little bit. Can I get a bump from Mustang right there? But did you hear he got off the gas? You cannot get off the gas on a race start. We're going to do it one more time. I think this is with the audio change for you to hear the throttle. Alright, so no matter what you do, you never get off the gas at a race start from this far back from turn 1. So let's just see if you can hear it. There's the bump. So I think, I don't know if he was nervous or what with that little twitch that the car gave him, and he got out of it. But once he got out of it, it was game over. So don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. Race good, race hard, race clean. Have fun, anticipate. All of y'all are very smart. And all of you, I think, everybody can get jazzed up and kind of let the not red mist, not complete red mist, but kind of let the spirit of competition kind of take over the mental aspect of it. So remember, there's always a mental aspect, and you win races sometimes more from the mental aspect from pure talent. So work on both. Racecraft is just as much mental as it is about raw performance. So thanks for entertaining me. Hope this helps. Hope it's useful. And I'll have fun racing with you guys next week.